In this video, we are going to see how we can set up the sales tax for all the invoices in QuickBooks Online. So just to make sure that nothing is enabled as a sales tax earlier, we are in the company of Bright Interiors. But when I go to sales and click on invoices, and let's say I click on create a new invoice, you can see that there is no sales tax. In fact, it says setup here. So one way you can do it is just click on the setup here and click on setup automated sales tax. Or if you don't want it from here, what you can do is just close out of here, and from the main section, just click on this more option, or you might get it here. Otherwise, just click on more options, sales tax, and click on overview. So once we are in here, it's showing the overview and current status. So if you want to get started to set up the sales tax, you can click on get started. So click on get started, and it is showing you that before you turn on the sales tax, make sure you have this info, your accurate business address, tax agencies you file with. So all this information you need earlier. So click on next after that. Business address is already mentioned. It is automatically calculating the sales tax related to this particular area. So make sure you enter the correct information. So click next. Now filing frequency, that you need to ask from your tax agent or whoever is filing your tax. So that could be monthly, quarterly, or whatever. So let's say it's monthly. And the next step is click next here. Have you registered for the sales tax with any other agency? I'll just select no. Click next. And here is the summary of what you have selected earlier. Just click on finish and turn on the sales tax. Click on done. And here we are back on the screen. And here is showing the liability for 2025, this period. And here we can select the different agencies for which I'm filing the sales tax. And you can scroll down, and according to the agency for a particular period of the amount, status is open, and you can review the sales tax return by clicking just here. Let me zoom it. And let's say if you want to make any kind of changes to the sales tax agency, like rates or any kind of name, you can just click on the sales tax settings on the top. And it will take you to this particular area where all the details are mentioned. But if you want to, let's say, edit it, just click edit, and you can change the filing frequency, the reporting method, and all the other information. Something more than that is, let's say that you are supplying goods on some specific county or some specific area where a custom tax is also charged beyond the sales tax. So you can add any kind of custom tax as well. So click here on this arrow and click on add custom rate. So it might be any kind of other charges. It might be single. You can name it. You can enter the agency on the behalf of which you collect that, and you can mention the rate here. So I'll leave it as it is, and this is all set. Sales tax settings are made. Now let's try to enter any invoice. Just click on the plus sign on the top right corner and click on invoice. And let's add a customer, let's say ABC client, and let's select any kind of product or service. Let's say this is the product, and let's say these are 10 items at the rate of 1,000. So this makes the total to 10,000. Right now, it will not calculate any kind of tax because we haven't marked it as tax. And that's a good thing in QuickBooks Online, that you can specify for each particular item that whether or not it is taxable. So if it is taxable, you can just choose that, and it is set to automatic calculation, which means that it will automatically calculate it according to 8%. So the amount that we will collect from the customer is $10,887. So generally I have added a product because services are sometimes not taxable, but the products are. Similarly, if I want to set a new taxable item, let's say add new, I can make a inventory 1, let's say, and this is an inventory item. SKU means stock keeping unit. It is in each. All the ledgers are selected. And we can simply mention this, that it is a taxable item or a non-taxable item, we can categorize it here. So after that, just click on save and close. And since this is a taxable item, you will notice that as soon as we enter this initial quantity, I have to mention 0, click save. And you will notice that as soon as I select this item, it is already marked as tax because we have specified that this is a taxable item. If we didn't specify, it will ask you for it. It will leave this as blank and we can separately mark it. And if we uncheck this for any particular item, you will notice that it will not calculate the tax for that item. Here the item name and the rate is not mentioned. So that's why it's not calculating any tax. So just notice the tax here. If we click on the tax, it will automatically calculate the tax for this particular item. And when we uncheck, it won't calculate that. So to see the math, how it is calculating this, it will show you the complete calculation and how the different rates are charged across the different states and how it is taxable and what kind of rates are applied. So after that, just click on save and close. And now what we can do is just go to that specific area again, just go to more and click on sales tax and click on overview. And here we see the overall tax summary. And also if we scroll down a little bit, you can see the total tax amount that is due. And let's click on review sales tax to actually see how the transactions look like. And these are all the sales. This is gross sales, this is non-taxable sales, this is taxable sales, all mentioned, and the tax amount is given right here. Now this is not a tax return, this is only a helper tool that will help you to add all the information easily with the exact same columns that we do in the sales tax return. So for example, if we are in the Florida, you can just check the sales tax return form DR15. It won't open up here, but you can see different formats here. And here is the form from PDF Filer. And as you can see here, these are different fields that we can fill in the gross sales, exempt sales, taxable amount. So these are all the fields that we need to fill according to this area, gross sales, taxable sales. We have the same fields here as well. So it makes it so much easier to actually file the return based on this data. And let's say based on your taxable amount, your tax agency has given you a rebate or discount or any kind of adjustment. So click on add an adjustment. Reason, you can enter a credit or a prior payment, prepayments, whatever. So any kind of penalties can also be added here. So let's say the tax agency has given you a credit or a discount based on your income or based on different items that you are selling. And adjustment date is current date, and you can just credit it on sales tax credit. And that is a new account, so we need to set it up. So if you want to set up something like that, you can just do that. But it's not here, and neither do we have an option to create a new one. So what I will do is just click on any other kind of uncategorized income, or let's put it in uncategorized income. And let's say that we have got a credit of $80, or let's say $87.5. So now the total tax due is $800. So click add, and it says here that it's collecting the information on your behalf, and now it has settled the adjustments right here. And not only on this screen, you can just click on view the tax liability report, and you should be able to see a report like this, which you can export as well right from here into the Excel sheet or PDF form, or whatever you would like to do to prepare a final tax report or tax return. Now let's say that I want to pay for this tax. So go back to the sales tax center from the left hand corner, and let's say now we want to record the payment. So we just click on this review sales tax. And once we do that, and here you will get this pay tax option. But since I'm in the trial version and they are offering some kind of offers here that save time by electronically filing and paying for sales tax from QuickBooks. So that means this option they haven't yet enabled in the trial version. So that's a little bit summary about the sales tax, although we cannot just pay for this tax because of the restriction by QuickBooks Online. But that's how you can enable and enter the sales tax invoice in QuickBooks and also see all the records of the report that QuickBooks produces for the sales tax return. So that's how you do it. Just try this by yourself and I'll see you in the next one.